Okay, great morning. It's early morning here. Having my coffee. Now this morning, first thing I saw was, of course, the gag order that Judge Engoron put out again. Trump went and whined yet again to the appellate division, and they put a temporary stay on it so they could look at it. And of course, Trump runs out and they overturned it, I won, you know, that his nonsense, and then he's going to continue to attack the law clerk and the judge, etc., because that's what he does. So what is ultimately going to happen? Are they going to have time to look at this before the case is over? And what kind of a ruling are we going to get? What is going to happen with this whole drama? Okay. At the center of it, we have the burden to look at this. Okay. Above it is all of his nonsense that he continues to put out daily, hourly, and the foundation is about going forward. How is this going to go forward? In the past, he's had victory with getting an appellate temporary stay when it comes to the gag order. Okay. The foundation from the Justice Department, from the judges, the appellate court, etc. So what's going on right now is about the strength of this. How is this going to play out when it comes to the judge? What's going to be the ruling on this? And is it going to take place rapidly? Now, what's crossing it is what's being built. You know, they haven't heard the evidence on these yet, so they're building the evidence on the case. The challenge is the long term. You know, how long is this going to take? Above it, facing some loss and trying to figure the next way forward, next action. Because this is about him, his bullying, his abusive nature. And it's about the message, his abusive nature message. The foundation is him manipulating this stuff. And what's crossing it is holding on. Okay? Let's see what's at the center of it. Okay, government, who's in control. So it's just about, you know, are they going to, it looks like they would overturn it. The challenge is, of course, that he's facing a loss with that for more long term, but are they going to get to it in time? He continues to try to hold on and is going to continue his abusive manipulative messages as long as he can. Okay. Let's look and see what we have on Judge Engoron's point here. This is just saying, because I don't know if they've got it scheduled yet, we have to wait and see. It might take too long to get it scheduled to actually get this heard before the case is over. So let's look at Judge Engoron with this nonsense going on with 45 and his petulant. It's not fair. I should be able to attack anyone I want. After all, I was a former president. I'm a big shot. I'm the big cheese. Nobody should, you know, limit me from saying whatever I want to say. Okay. Well, Judge Engoron has a specific view, and it's about his law clerk, okay? Above, he wants the gag order, and he may be feeling a bit tied up now with this temporary stay, and he knows that the timing has to play out. What's crossing it is the Repugly Ugly agenda, okay? Now, I think the one that gave the temporary stay again is Republican, okay? So, what we have in the past was that his things were upheld. Like Trump tried to do this with the whole trial to begin with. He got a temporary stay from the same guy that gave the temporary stay this time. But the cup was overflowing when it came to their choices of actions. So what's going on now, this is blocked for a time. Okay, it's being juggled. And it's about, you know, the fullness of the case. And we'll have to see. This is kind of, again, what's going on in his world now, that he's just having to deal with it. Although the last one, you know, when they got around to it, they upheld that the case was going to go forward. So we'll see what happens with here. The challenge is the choices made in life, above it, being a bit out in the cold, and wishing you could walk away. And it could also be the challenges about the choices that 45 is making, you know, with trying to put people out in the cold. And I think he's, again, trying to walk away from this by saying that this law clerk is somehow biased, and she is making the decisions in the court case as well, which is not the case. So he sees this, Engoron sees this as a ploy by 45 to get this case dismissed again. So the reality of this, the outcome is the arguments that are going to happen, facing the loss and feeling pushed to the edge, and with 45 again trying to get away with this. So it looks like, again, Judge Engoron knows that he's got to wait this out until, because Trump is a snake. He knows how to use and abuse the court system for his own, and he's going to, again, try to get away with this as long as he can. But he is facing a loss when it comes to the arguments, and he will be pushed to the edge. But until that time comes, he knows that Trump is going to get away with this, okay? And again, there's nothing the judge can do until it actually comes up for the hearing. Once the hearing happens, I think they will reestablish a gag order if there's enough time in the case. But this is what Trump does. He wants to try the case with his Magatonians, keep them riled up, and say that this is political. It's a way for him to try to get more votes, is what it comes down to. He wants to get more votes out of this, saying it's political, it's politically motivated. That's why he's putting it out, because she's a Democrat. She had a picture taken with Schumer. And so there's proof positive. They're railroading me, and my only way to get out of this is to become president. So he's going to do whatever dirty trick that he can do to try to get more support going forward. And that's what this all is, because he knows Otherwise, he may be going to jail for the January 6th stuff. And his only way to stay out of jail is to win the presidency, so he will do whatever dirty trick he needs to do to try to gain more support. Let's see what we have. Yeah, it's about his people and his position in government. Exactly. He doesn't like what's coming down, and this is a way, again, to move it forward for him, tying things up and wanting to put an end to it. It's about him running for political office so that he can overturn them, and that's the only way he can overturn it with his dirty tricks, is to become president again. And then he says he will do the storm, he will go after people, he will jail them, the no holds barred, and it will be chaos. This is his mental attitude about the messages, the actions going forward when it comes to democracy and the strength of democracy. He doesn't like the harvest that's coming down with these things now, and so he is juggling a full cup of his drama. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here. It's all about trying to dirty the judge, attempting to make the judge look dirty, attempting to make her look dirty, in order that he can get more votes and say, see, it's all political. They're after me, and you have to vote, you have to stand up, just like he did January 6th. All lies, all of it lies. But that's what he's done his whole life. He has lied, manipulated, and unfortunately, you know, he's got people in his back pocket that will believe his lies and will continue to support him in his drama. So on that note, I'll leave that here, and we'll see you online.